Roadways and that traffic feeling much colder.
Right, and I was expecting to wake up to a lot of down trees, down power lines just because of the wind. And that's what we're seeing in a lot of the suburbs. So I'll get to that in just a moment. But let's head into Philadelphia. Overnight construction happening on 95 southbound. All lanes were closed by Aramingo Avenue. Now that has since cleared as we get into another morning commute just before Bridge Street. Traffic here moving in the area, but I think the cameras will be bouncing around a lot this morning because of the winds. Right now it's about 12 minutes from Woodhaven Road heading towards the Vine down 95 southbound. Let's get into the problems out there. Montgomery County, if you're heading out in Conshohocken, Ballygomingo Road, that is shut down right now because there's a tree that's leaning on some power lines. That's happening between Portland Road and Front Street. Just one of many incidents like this. I'll have all these throughout the morning. Deja, over to you.
In that traffic. Good morning.
Monica, not a whole lot of warmth with the 7-day forecast there, but as we're heading into January, what can you expect? Let's give you a live look outside. Roosevelt Boulevard looking nice this morning. It is an interesting week of commutes. Some people still working, some people on that holiday break, some working from home. So not really sure what you'll see for most of that morning commute, but I do know there's a lot of down trees and some wires just because it's been so windy. Live look in Center City, Philadelphia. The Vine traffic is still very light overnight. There was a crash on 76 eastbound that closed all lanes by Montgomery Drive. That cleared at about 4:45 this morning. Let's head into Bucks County. Here's some problems out there. Now, yesterday, this was an issue along Stump Road, a down utility pole. So even before the wind started, that is still closed by State Park Road. York Road, northbound, southbound, shut down with some down trees between Swamp Road and Durham Road. And now there's a crash out there along Street Road that's happening right by York Road. Deja, over to you.
Hey, Jenna.
So, Monica, yesterday we were talking about the fog. This morning we're talking about the wind. Pretty active weather here for the morning commute. No fog this morning. Can see the Philadelphia skyline looking very nice heading over the Ben Franklin Bridge. But yes, bridges could be a little tricky this morning with those high winds. So please be careful. At this point, there's no empty trailer bans. Sometimes for the larger tractor trailers, we'll see that crossing our area bridges because it's just too windy and dangerous. But nothing has been issued in terms of that. So if that changes, I will let you know. Let's give you a look here in Delaware. Some down trees impacting the morning commute. We've got Route 100 that is closed right by Buck Road. Also Philadelphia Pike southbound just after 495. That is blocked there with a down tree. I'll send it back.
Roadways. Hey, Jenna.
And Monica, from a roadway standpoint, there already are some restrictions for the Mummers Parade in Center City. So Market Street, 15th Street, seeing some closures as setup is underway. Now heading out the door, 95 southbound was shut down overnight for construction. That was happening just by Aramingo Avenue. So before Bridge Street, there were some delays here as people were forced off of 95 southbound. That has since reopened. It's about 13 minutes Woodhaven Road to the Vine. Now there's a lot of activity on the roadways, not only with down trees and down wires, but some early morning crashes. So let's take a look here in Montgomery County. Crash out there on Stenton Avenue at Mill Road. Also reports of something on the roadway, so debris, probably a lot of that with the winds at Militia Hill Road near Stenton Avenue, and Ballygomingo Road still closed by Front Street for a down tree. Alyssa, over to you. We are dealing with those windy conditions, cameras moving down wires. I'll have all those details as far as what is closed this morning. That's coming up. Monica.
Roadways and that traffic, a dry setup, but still very cold.
Yeah, and it's causing a lot of issues, the winds. We've got down trees, down wires, a lot of objects in the roadway. That report coming in often this morning, and basically that just means some sort of debris. Maybe it's a trash can, maybe it's a holiday decoration, maybe it's a tree branch. Really up to interpretation when you get that sort of report. But 95, here's a live look by the Girard Point Bridge. Careful on the bridges this morning. We know how winds can move us around as we're crossing over area bridges. Travel times on 95 95 looking good into Philly from Delaware County at about 10 minutes if you're traveling the airport. 4 cancellations and 21 delays right now. So we've got winter weather across the country. We've got some high winds here, all impacting that commute there for the airport. Militia Hill Road, reports of debris on the roadway by Stenton Avenue. Also reports of a car fire. That's Stenton Avenue at Mill Road. Batlago Mingo Road remains shut down. Down tree there blocking the roadway. All right, Monica, 2026. Can't believe it. Let's get you out the door right now and give you a live look of 95. Traffic on the majors has been okay this morning. Really no issues for 95. The Schuylkill Expressway, the Blue Route, the Pennsylvania Turnpike, all are in good shape, but it's some of the secondary roadways that down trees and minor problems here and there are popping up. 309 northbound, earlier police activity on the shoulder by Easton Roads cleared, but Montgomery County is busy this morning. There was some debris on the roadway at 202 that was happening near Yost Road. That's cleared. Also, the debris on Militia Hill Road by Stenton Avenue has cleared. Broken down car reported on Ridge Pike. That's right by Belvoir Road. Stenton Avenue by Mill Road still reports a car fire. I think that fire has since been put out, but they're still responding to that area. And Batlago Mingo Road remains closed. There's a tree there leaning on some power lines, so you can't head under that. That's between Portland Road and Front Street. Deja, over to you.
Roadways. Hey, Jenna.
All right, Monica, heading out the door this morning, majors have been quiet. So South Jersey, not a whole lot coming out of Camden County. 42 freeway is looking good here as you are traveling up the northbound side towards Philadelphia at about 6 minutes from the AC Expressway. So liking that commute, but crossing into Delaware, the down trees also impacting a couple of roadways here. So Route 100, that is closed by Buck Road. Again, a lot of debris on the roadways is expected with these winds, as well as trees leaning on power lines. So if you see any of that, always be extra careful. Of course, when we're talking about live power lines, that is dangerous, obviously. So Route 13, Philadelphia Pike southbound, that is shut down just south of 495. Of course, that is also due to a down tree. Chester County, if you're near 322 Horseshoe Pike eastbound, that is closed by Mill Road, and Conestoga Road eastbound by Chester Spring Road is blocked. That's also a down tree, and we still have a broken down vehicle here. Ridge Pike happening right by Belvoir Road. Batlago Mingo Road's been shut down for several hours. A tree leaning on some wires there by Front Street. And then an earlier car fire along Stenton Avenue. The fire is out, but there's still activity there by Mill Road. I'll send it back to you.
Roadways. Hey, Jenna.
Monica, watching some delays on 95 in the city. So there was a northbound crash by Columbus Boulevard that just cleared involving a tractor trailer. So it was taking some time to get it off of the roadway. And then we're also within the long-term construction. So for a moment or two, only one lane of traffic was able to get by. And just before 7 a.m., of course, this is going to cause some backups. Live look northbound by the Walt Whitman Bridge as that traffic, now heavy, is trying to move through. Travel time from Broad Street to Columbus Boulevard for about 3 miles. That'll take you around 10 minutes. So leave yourself extra time right now just after the Walt Whitman Bridge there as you're traveling towards Center City. Maybe you're heading all the way to the Vine. 95 southbound Woodhaven Road to the Vine is looking good at about 15 minutes. Some stop and go traffic developing by the Betsy Ross Bridge coming out of construction. Stump Road still shut down by State Park Road. It's been closed since yesterday with a down utility pole. There's a down tree on York Road. That's happening between Swamp Road and Durham Road. Northbound and southbound lanes are closed. Also Street Road, there's a crash reported there by York Road. It's been with us since the early morning hours, so waiting to hear an update there of when they're going to be able to clear that. If you're in Montgomery County, there's a broken down car on Ridge Pike by Belvoir Road. Batlago Mingo Road shut down by Front Street Avenue by Mill Road. Alyssa, over to you.
All right, Jen. My lights were flickering last night, but we didn't lose power altogether.
Yeah, surprisingly, we didn't lose power either. So I was really surprised by that. But maybe this morning we'll see some more of that as the winds are continuing. There's a lot of debris on the roadways, lots of downed trees. Live look of 95 heading over the Girard Point Bridge. So area bridges, just be careful there. We know how our cars can shift around when we're talking about such high gusts. 95 northbound crash before Columbus Boulevard cleared out of the construction zone. And back to the Walt Whitman Bridge, we are looking much better in terms of delay. So I just wanted to give an updated travel time in the area, back to 3 minutes from Broad Street to Columbus Boulevard. So no longer a concern there. If you're in Bucks County, we've got a down utility pole on Stump Road near State Park Road. That was with us for the morning commute yesterday, and they were hoping to reopen that by the evening. But then I think things got real busy in terms of down trees, and more roadways started to close not too far from there. So York Road, northbound, southbound, shut down between Swamp Road and Durham Road with the down tree. Street Road reports a crash right by York Road. Deja, over to you. Not a bad commute for the Philly Majors. If you're in Center City, though, with the Mummers Parade, there are some closures already in effect, as setup, of course, is underway. It's a big undertaking. So Market Street, 15th Street, some of the areas by JFK Boulevard, expect to see that setup happening. The Vine right now looks okay. Some westbound traffic exiting for the Schuylkill Expressway, but still travel times under 15 minutes eastbound and westbound between the Blue Route and the Vine. Of course, we've got this interesting work week. Some are working, some are not, some are still on that PTO. So morning commute hasn't been too terrible in terms of volume, but there are some down trees and problems out there. Balagomingo Road, a tree there blocks the roadway between Portland Road and Front Street. New and Lower Marion, a crash on Conshohocken State Road. That's happening right by Green Valley Road. And still watching a down tree in Abington on Old York Road. That's on the northbound side right by Rodman Avenue. Deja, over to you.
Morning.
Monica, it hasn't been a terrible morning commute by any means. Our majors have been keeping it pretty quiet in and around Philadelphia. Roosevelt Boulevard is looking good. Not a whole lot of sunshine here on the camera, but traffic is awfully light, which is very typical, of course, the week between Christmas and New Year's. So enjoy that. But the wind is making things a little interesting. We've got some down trees on the roadways, which could be expected, of course, if you heard that whipping outside of your house. Balagomingo Road is closed between Portland Road and Front Street with a tree leaning on some wires. And there's a crash in Lower Marion on Conshohocken State Road. That one is happening right by Green Valley Road. You can still get by there, but expect it to be a little bit slow. If you are on Route 29, Gravel Pike, there's a tree there blocking the roadway right by Woodland Avenue. And here in Chester County, Conestoga Road eastbound remains shut down. That's right by Chester Springs Road. Horseshoe Pike 322 eastbound also closed with a down tree in Chester County. That's right by Mill Road.
Going out there.
Monica, we are moving this morning. Not a whole lot happening in terms of accident scenes, so that is good. Moving around a bit on the Girard Point Bridge, so be careful, especially over the bridges here with these winds. 95 seeing some volume in the work zone. A live look on the southbound side before Bridge Street as people are heading into Center City. It's about 20 minutes. So on a normal morning commute, this is closer to 45 minutes. But because we're in this holiday week here, it's actually very quiet there at 20 minutes. Now, Balagomingo Road remains closed by Portland Road and Front Street for a down tree. Also, Gravel Pike is closed with a down tree by Woodland Avenue. So be careful heading out this morning. Lots of debris on the roadway because of the wind. Deja, over to you.